Where do I do my morning time? Do I have a designated space or do I move around? The answer is yes and no. I've done both of those. I've had designated spaces. I've traveled a lot and done morning time from lots of different locations and hotel rooms and hostels and little cube hotels in Japan and everything else. I do love being able to go with the flow and see where my energy feels like being, because the outside environment is only there to help hopefully be conducive to achieving an inner vibe, like a comfort and coziness inside yourself, where the morning time process and wherever you're doing it at, hopefully it's helping to kind of raise the overall comfort level inside of yourself. And so the outside environment can be super helpful for that. Like, I know for me, I love to be able to see out of a window from where I'm sitting. Um, if not, have the window open or even be outside. Sometimes I'll take all my stuff and like go sit at the porch on my deck and be outside if it's an extra nice morning and that's what I feel like doing. So lately, though, I've been just sitting up in bed, and that's where I sit to do my morning time. That's actually where I'm sitting right now as I finish my last cup of coffee and record this. I just feel like the added time in bed, it just makes the start to my day feel even gentler and cozier and more comfortable for me. And then it's like such a gradual process and letting my energy pull me forward through my day into what do you feel like doing next. And again, usually it's like I feel like going outside because it looks pretty out there, or I feel like getting up and working on whatever it was that I wanted to work on today. But I do know that because I've traveled so much and like taken my morning time on the road, that's kind of the main reason that I personally think it's best to kind of go with the flow and try out multiple places and don't really ever get too attached to any kind of physical location as the source of your morning time, just because then when you're not at home, if you are somewhere else, or if you do move house, or if like anything, it's like, then how do you anchor? You can't take your house, you can't take your bedroom or wherever your altar or whatever it is. Like, you can take your stuff if that's possible, but the physical location, it should be allowed to change, hopefully, I think is what I'm getting at. So, like, my bare minimum is my journal and hopefully some internet where I can listen to some stuff on YouTube. And if I can't, I usually will play music for myself or something. But you see, my bare minimum is very portable. It's very bare bones of like simply with a journal and a little bit of time with some YouTube, I can anchor myself in from anywhere on the planet, and I have. And it's kind of helpful to keep that in mind, especially if you are someone who likes to travel. Kind of like, what does your full setup look like when you have all your stuff and all your beautiful things that help you focus your energy? And if you had to go bare bones with it, bare minimum with it, what are those pieces that are going to help you anchor in no matter where you are? Um, when you don't have access to the full blown little setup that you probably make for yourself. Um, if you listen to the very first video in this series, or no, I guess it was the How I Implemented It one, where I talk about starting small and like just working with where you're starting as far as what is your current morning routine. So I was already taking a shower before work and playing music for myself. So the very first thing I did was just swap music for this uplifting Abraham Hicks video, and that was it. But in almost no time, within a couple weeks, I was waking up 15 minutes earlier so I could listen to 2 videos instead of just one, and then 15 minutes earlier so I could listen to 3 videos instead of just two. And by the time I got to there, I had my yoga mat set up with like a little mirror in front of it where I could put little positive affirmation cards. And I had other beautiful like drawings that I had done and other artwork that I really loved. And so it was just like a really beautiful space where I could sit there with my journal and listen to my stuff and have this little quality time with myself, which is really all we're aiming for in our morning time. It doesn't have to look any kind of way, it doesn't have to be fancy, it doesn't have to cost you a ton of time. All we're really looking for is a quality check in between me, or you and you, that allows us to see where are we? Where are we right now in our inner world? What's it look like in there? What's the state of things? Do I need anything? Can I meet any of those needs before I move out into the world so that I'm not projecting those needs onto other people? That's really all. And that can happen in just a few minutes, really with almost no tools whatsoever. I've also found that even just like a quick check-in with myself in the mirror, making eye contact with myself and kind of like just even being with myself, breathing with myself for even just a moment, like that can really anchor my energy. So again, it doesn't have to be super fancy as far as like the perfect setup, to achieve the perfect result. It's so much more about finding that comfort in your inner world. And there's magic in knowing how to anchor into that with almost no tools at all. And I'm not gonna shame anybody's tools, because I got plenty of tools myself. I love all of the beautiful things, all my plants, all my tarot cards, all my journals, all of the beauty that helps me to focus in. But at the same time, like, I've been in a hotel room that has none of my stuff, or I've been in that cube hotel in Japan, like sitting in my little cubby with my little curtain closed. Like, you got nothing except for yourself, your breath, maybe a journal, maybe some Wi-Fi. It's definitely helpful to strip it down from time to time and see what truly does help you achieve that sense of finding that comfort within yourself.